like, yeah, it's month 4. You still haven't paid your rent. And I don't want to have to evict you from the property. And what ends up, I don't even know how to evict somebody, guys. This is just me talking.
Right.
So,
It's called a dispossessory.
right. I had no clue how. I was like, what am I going to do? I tried to threaten them with security. So it gets kind of crazy. So I thought it was a husband and a wife. So on the contract, I put husband and wife. Because that's what he told me. He was like, that's his wife.
Yeah.
But that wasn't his wife. I guess next time I need to clarify those things. That was his girlfriend.
Okay.
So now they get in a fight. Let's make names so it's easy. So Bobby and Barbara get in a fight. And now Bobby wants Barbara out. So Bobby leaves and he says, well, Barbara's in the house and he can't go in there if she's in there. I'm like, wait, am I doing like relationship constructing as well with the property management?
This delinquent motherfucker's trying to get you to
Whoa. I was literally like so confused. I'm like, okay, so you want Barbara to leave and then you can pay the rent? So I was okay, cool. He was like, yeah, because she's not my wife. She's my girlfriend. So I'm like, okay. So I call Barbara and I'm like, hey, Bobby says you have to leave. I guess you're the girlfriend. So you can do 2 things. You can either just call him and apologize because it seems like you don't have anywhere to go. Or
you're like giving relationship advice now. That's
at
hilarious.
this point,
yeah.
right? Or you
do.
could just leave, just to make it simpler so we don't have to call cops on you because, technically you're on the lease illegally because you're not his wife. And I didn't put your name. I'm trying to scare her now. Mm-hmm. She's like, well, I know my rights. Da-da-da-da. I'm just like, whoa, okay, this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
So she ends up begging him and apologizing to him. So he ends up coming back to the house. Now they're both there again, Bobby and Barbara. And the next week, Bobby calls me that he wants me to put Barbara on the lease. Like, her name on the lease. Because, her name was
Nobody's going on the lease. Y'all aren't paying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What leverage is the guy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I think he ends up paying like half at that point. And he was like, he wants her on the lease now. And I'm just like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
But she was the one pressuring it because she didn't want to have to get kicked out. So month 4, I think at that point they paid half the rent. No, month 4, nothing. Month 5, they paid half. So month 6, they convinced the owner, because the owner is like obviously a man and he's older than me, so I guess he's more respectable than I am. So they convinced the owner that they are going to give him 3 times the rent as soon as he gets his money and he talks to the owner, man to man. And the owner agrees, and then they extend for 2 more months.
What? Why would you agree? Anyways.
I just manage.
Right,
so I was like,
none of
maybe
your
I should
business,
just stay out the way for this one.
And relationship counsel.
And relationship
right.
counsel, yeah. And marriage, I don't know, all of the above, So,
multi-level marketing.
Oh, God.
So at that point, I'm literally like, okay, these people haven't paid the rent. The owner's gone again. And they still haven't paid the 3 months that they promised. So I try to think of everything. I go up there with my boyfriend's brother, like he's a security. And I was like, let's try to get them out. She was like, I know my rights. Like, she's like
irate,
ready to fight, getting loud. She's like, she's going to call her lawyer on me. Because technically, once you put somebody in a home for 30 days, it's now their home too. You can't just kick them out.
You have to evict them, yeah.
Yeah, and the eviction process is going to be a lot longer, and I couldn't do it because it's not my house.
Yeah.
And the owner's not here.
Oh,
so it's just like now they're just kind of living for free, and they're just really taking advantage of the whole thing. And though we weren't able to get the money from them for the 4 months that they didn't pay.
Oh, wow.
Which is so sad. Yeah, the owner was so pissed at me.
Did Bobby and Barbara break up?
It seems
Tell
like,
us about the love story.
It seems like, honestly, I think they ended up fighting again. Like, I wish I could read you guys' messages, but you don't even care. It was just like, you would think that I knew them personally, and I don't know them at all. She's texting me. He's texting me.
Can you believe that Bobby said blah, blah,
And
blah?
I'm just like, what is going on right now?
And what is going on in their minds? They're texting, like, aren't most people who owe you money, they avoid you?
Yeah.
Not
Right.
confide in you with their problems?
Right.